Okay, my name is Ariel Sakin. I'm from Skycure. I lead the research and development team since the company was founded 2 years ago. And I wanted to talk a bit about a recent project that we've been working on called the Global Mobile Security Threat Mapping Project. And basically it's about putting all the information that we gathered with our product and with our methods during these last 2 years, and the insights we get by putting them on a map. And I also would like to show you how you can access this information yourself. So first of all, I'll talk a bit about mobile security. So when you work with a phone and you are mobile and you connect to the internet, you may be caught in some situations when you ask yourself some questions. For example, when you travel, do you connect to Wi-Fi or in the airport, or is it better to go to the hotel first and do it there? Is it okay to check my email on the neighborhood coffee shop, or should I prefer to connect to the local free Wi-Fi provider? Should I avoid Wi-Fi completely? That's probably a good idea, but I don't think you want to do that. Am I safe at this moment when I want to do something? I want to go to the bank. I don't have 3G. So we took our engine, we call it the Crowd Wisdom engine. We have thousands of devices running tests all the time around the world, with 200,000 mobile security tests performed on a weekly basis, and already more than 100,000 actual real security threats, incidents identified and mapped. And using this over more than 30 countries, by the way, using this information, we try to get some insight and try to answer these questions, because it's very common to think that it's probably not good to connect to Wi-Fi and 3G is more secure. Okay, but can we prove it? Can we prove it for Tel Aviv? Can we prove it for China? Is it different when I connect to a Wi-Fi network in Tel Aviv University, the free Tau network, or a Starbucks in New York? So we created this map, and we put it online. It's free, and we put part of our data here, and you can browse it yourself later. And we noticed a few interesting things. When you look for certain places, it's very clear that more incidents were detected in those areas. And I'm not talking just about the places where our customers are. I'm talking about the same places where our customers go. They are attacked more in some places than they are attacked in others. And so there is a clear link between geography, location, and the risk that you put yourself in when you connect to a public network, or when you decide to do something risky. So let's talk about that. So security has a price. You all know that. When you are in a cybersecurity conference, so you are probably security aware to some extent, and still you know that passwords, we talked about it before, passwords are hard to remember, are cumbersome. Security applications or secure apps like containers and stuff like that are hard to use, cumbersome as well. Avoiding Wi-Fi completely is costly, especially if you're traveling. Connections may be slow. Waiting to get to the hotel or to get to your home before you do something in the bank can be harming your business in some cases. And most of the time, a security-aware person will be willing to pay this price. But this price is not always the same, because not being able to read my email now when I'm 5 minutes from home, it's not a big problem. It will be a big problem when I'm not able to read my email when I get to New York and I need to check the address of the Airbnb place I just rented. So even the the most security-aware user may find himself without a choice, or the cost being too high to pay it in certain cases, and you will end up getting caught. So hackers are aware of this. And, well, this is very cliche picture. So hackers are aware of this, right? And they go to airports, and that's a theory that we had even before we did this project, and they wait for you, because you are a lot of people walking around with their phones in a different country without roaming probably, and very tired, in a hurry. So we see this happening. So we've seen a lot of attacks happening in airports. So we have a few examples here: JFK, Heathrow, even here, Singapore Airport. And so, and this is just one example of a lot of things that we've seen. There are also big concentrations of mobile security attacks in city centers, in hotels, convention centers. All these things are kind of intuitive, but this is I think the first time that someone really took actual data from a lot of real-world devices and really put these things on a map, and we can prove that these things are happening. And once these things are real and can be measured, it's easier to calculate risk according to location. And for mobile security, this is a very important addition to our ability to protect you, because it's not the same protecting your network that sits in a certain building than protecting you when you are moving all around the world. Different times, different locations require different measures, different requirements from the user, different permissions perhaps. A lot of things can change according to that, and you need to be able to score the risk in the current in a current location based on this data. So just to summarize, we found a clear link between geography and security risks, and that must be taken into account, and I think that is not taken into account enough when talking about mobile security. Mobile is a new thing, and it's not enough to ask people not to go to their bank when they are in China. It's probably more complicated than that, and it can be managed. We can assess that by just looking at the map visually. And I gave the example of airports. This is one example of a risky location. There are probably others, very clear locations, times, or other parameters that create situations where you are under increased risk of a mobile security attack. And I'm sure that some of them are yet to be discovered. I hope that our project will help doing that. So you can, I did this on a Mac, so the font is not right. So you're all invited to go there and just see for yourself. Thank you.